Welcome to my kitchen laboratory, where every meal is an experiment and every recipe is a journey through time. Today we're not just cooking, we're traveling through time and taste, all the way to the heart of German cuisine, a place where tradition and innovation meet at the dinner table. Our vehicle for this adventure? Sauerbraten. A pot roast, yes, but with a twist that sets it apart from anything you've tasted before. The name itself tells a story. Sauer means sour and braten means roast. But don't let the word sour scare you off. There's so much more to this dish than meets the eye. Sauerbraten is a sweet and sour symphony, a perfect balance of flavors that dance on your tongue. It's not a mouth-puckering ordeal, but rather a harmonious blend of tangy, savory, and just a hint of sweetness. What makes Sauerbraten truly special is how it transforms humble, everyday ingredients, beef, vinegar, onions, carrots, into something extraordinary through patience, chemistry, and a little bit of culinary magic. Unlike your typical pot roast, which you can whip up in an afternoon, Sauerbraten is a multi-day commitment. It's a dish that asks for your time and rewards you with depth of flavor you simply can't rush. The secret lies in the marinade, a mixture of vinegar, spices, and aromatics that bathes the beef for days. This isn't just about flavor, it's about transformation. The acidic marinade works on a molecular level, breaking down tough fibers and turning a hearty cut of beef into a fork-tender masterpiece that practically melts in your mouth. What sets Sauerbraten apart is its perfect balance. Tangy vinegar, rich, savory beef, a touch of sugar, and a medley of spices. Each element plays its part, creating a flavor profile that's both bold and comforting. This harmony of flavors has made Sauerbraten a beloved German icon for centuries, gracing tables at family gatherings, holidays, and celebrations across generations. Sauerbraten is more than just food. It's a cultural tradition, a delicious science experiment, and a way to connect with the past while savoring the present. In this journey, we'll break down every step, from choosing the right cut of beef to crafting the perfect gravy that ties the whole dish together. By the end, you'll not only know how to make Sauerbraten, but you'll understand why each step matters, how marinating, browning, and slow cooking all contribute to the final masterpiece. So, grab your apron and get ready to embark on a culinary adventure. You're about to create a dish steeped in tradition and bursting with flavor. Let's dive into the world of Sauerbraten, where every ingredient has a purpose, and every step brings us closer to something truly special. Along the way, we'll explore the fascinating science, the rich history, and the little secrets that make this legendary roast so unforgettable. Get ready to cook, to learn, and to taste the past, one delicious bite at a time. The science of deliciousness awaits. Let's get started on this flavorful journey together. To truly appreciate Sauerbraten, let's take a journey back through the centuries, stepping into the heart of old German kitchens where this beloved dish was born. Imagine the warm glow of candlelight flickering on wooden tables, the scent of spices and vinegar filling the air, and generations of cooks perfecting their craft. Some food historians believe Sauerbraten's roots stretch all the way back to Roman times. Back then, marinating meat in wine or vinegar wasn't just about flavor. It was a clever way to preserve precious cuts of meat before the days of refrigeration. This ancient technique allowed families to enjoy hearty meals even when fresh meat was scarce. Before the invention of modern refrigerators, vinegar and wine marinades were essential for keeping meat from spoiling. It was practical chemistry at work, transforming tough, inexpensive cuts into something tender and delicious. This resourcefulness became a hallmark of German home cooking. Over the centuries, German cooks refined and perfected Sauerbraten, developing slow cooking methods that turned even the toughest cuts of beef into a melt-in-your-mouth masterpiece. The long marinating process, sometimes lasting several days, became a ritual in itself, one that required patience, care, and a deep respect for tradition. Each region in Germany has its own unique twist on Sauerbraten. In some areas, cooks add sweet raisins or gingerbread to the sauce, while others experiment with different spice blends, creating a tapestry of flavors that reflect local tastes and customs. No two Sauerbraten recipes are exactly alike, making every meal a new experience. Sauerbraten became much more than just a way to use up tough meat. It grew into a symbol of thrift, ingenuity, and cherished family tradition. For many German families, preparing Sauerbraten is a way to honor their ancestors and keep their culinary heritage alive. Today, Sauerbraten is the star of Sunday dinners and festive holiday feasts, bringing families and friends together around the table. Its rich aroma and tangy flavor evoke memories of laughter, togetherness, and celebration, making it a dish that's as much about connection as it is about taste. When you prepare Sauerbraten, you're not just making a meal. You're participating in a tradition that has been passed down through generations. Grandparents teach their grandchildren the secrets of the marinade, and handwritten recipes are treasured like family heirlooms, ensuring that the story of Sauerbraten continues. Every bite of Sauerbraten is a taste of living history, a delicious reminder of Germany's rich culinary heritage. Served with classic sides like red cabbage and dumplings, it's a meal that tells a story with every mouthful. Understanding the story behind Sauerbraten makes each bite more meaningful. It's not just about the flavors, but about the generations of cooks, the family gatherings, and the shared memories that have shaped this dish over time. Sauerbraten isn't just dinner, it's a celebration of culture, history, and the enduring bonds of family and community. Every time it's served, it brings people together in a spirit of joy and gratitude. So, as we prepare Sauerbraten today, let's honor the generations who came before us, and savor not just the flavors, but the rich tradition that makes this dish a true German treasure. The first and perhaps most crucial step in making an unforgettable Sauerbraten is choosing your beef wisely. The cut you select will shape the flavor, texture, and overall success of your dish, so don't rush this part. Sauerbraten is a dish that was born out of necessity, designed to transform tough, inexpensive cuts of beef into something truly special. These cuts are rich in collagen and connective tissue, which, when cooked slowly, break down and create that signature melt-in-your-mouth tenderness. Chuck roast is a classic choice for Sauerbraten. It's flavorful, well-marbled, and stands up beautifully to the long marination and slow braising that this recipe requires. The marbling ensures the meat stays juicy and infuses the gravy with richness. If you can't find chuck, don't worry. Bottom round or rump roast are also excellent options. These cuts are sturdy enough to handle days of marinating and hours of gentle cooking, resulting in a deeply flavorful and tender roast. On the other hand, avoid tender, premium cuts like ribeye or filet mignon. While delicious in a steak, they lack the connective tissue needed for Sauerbraten, and will likely dry out or become stringy during the long cooking process. When selecting your roast, aim for a piece that weighs between 3 and 4 pounds. Look for good marbling, those little streaks of fat running through the meat, and a deep, vibrant red color. This means the beef is fresh and will deliver the best flavor. Don't be tempted to trim away all the fat. A modest fat cap will baste the meat as it cooks, keeping it moist and adding richness to your gravy. Just remove any large, hard pieces of fat that won't render down. Before marinating, always pat your roast dry with paper towels. Excess moisture on the surface can prevent a good sear later on, and a proper sear is key to building deep, savory flavor in your finished dish. If you're unsure which cut to pick, don't hesitate to ask your local butcher for advice. They can recommend the best options for Sauerbraten, and may even have some insider tips on preparation. Once you've selected and prepped your beef, you're ready to move on to the next stage, marination. This is where the magic really begins, as the flavors start to infuse and transform your chosen cut. Remember, the right cut of beef is the foundation of a great Sauerbraten. Take your time, make your choice, and get ready for the next step, mixing up that flavorful marinade. The marinade is where Sauerbraten's magic happens. It's a blend of red wine vinegar, dry red wine, and aromatics like onions, carrots, and celery. Whole spices, peppercorns, juniper berries, cloves, mustard seeds, and bay leaves infuse the meat over days. The acid breaks down collagen, tenderizing the beef and adding depth. Combine everything in a non-reactive pot, bring to a boil, then cool completely. Never pour hot marinade over raw meat. Let it cool to room temperature first. This step ensures the marinade penetrates deeply, not just cooks the surface. Patience is key. The longer the soak, the better the flavor. The marinade is both a flavor bath and a science experiment. Once cooled, it's time to unite beef and marinade. Let the transformation begin. Now submerge your beef in the cooled marinade. Use a glass, ceramic, or sturdy plastic container. Never metal. Make sure the meat is fully covered. If not, turn it daily. Cover and refrigerate for 3 to 5 days. Each day, flip the roast to ensure even marination. The meat will change color. Don't worry, that's the acid at work. After several days, the beef will be deeply fragrant and ready for cooking. Remove the roast, reserving the marinade. Strain out the spent vegetables and spices. Their job is done. The reserved liquid is your gravy's foundation. This patient process is what sets Sauerbraten apart. The wait is worth it. Flavor and tenderness are building. Next, we sear and braise. Get ready for the transformation. Let's fire up the stove. Searing is where flavor is born. Pat the marinated roast completely dry, no moisture allowed. Season generously with salt and pepper. Heat a heavy Dutch oven with oil until shimmering. Add the roast. Listen for that satisfying sizzle. Don't move it. Let a deep brown crust form on each side. Sear all surfaces, including the ends, for maximum flavor. This Maillard reaction creates the rich, savory notes we crave. Once browned, set the roast aside. Your kitchen should smell incredible. Searing locks in juices and builds the foundation for a great gravy. Don't rush, this step is crucial. With the roast seared, it's time to braise. The journey to tenderness continues. Let's get simmering. Braising is the final transformation. Pour off excess fat, leaving a couple tablespoons in the pot. Sauté onions until soft, then add the reserved marinade. Scrape up the browned bits. This is pure flavor. Bring to a simmer, then return the roast to the pot. The liquid should come halfway up the meat. Add bay leaves, cover, and braise gently, either on the stove or in a 300-degree F or 150-degree AC oven. Cook for 3 to 4 hours until the meat is fork tender. Don't rush, low and slow is key. When done, remove the roast and let it rest. The braising liquid is now ready to become gravy. You've turned a tough cut into a melt-in-your-mouth masterpiece. Let's finish strong with the sauce. The gravy is Sauerbraten's soul. Strain the braising liquid into a saucepan for a smooth base. Simmer gently, then thicken with a cornstarch slurry, or, for tradition, crushed ginger snap cookies. Ginger snaps add body, sweetness, and warm spice, an authentic touch. Adjust the balance. Add a bit of sugar or vinegar to taste. The goal is a glossy, thick, sweet, and sour sauce that clings to the meat. Taste and tweak until it's perfect. This gravy ties the whole dish together. It's rich, tangy, and utterly crave-worthy. Pour it generously over your roast. The final flourish is here. Time to plate your masterpiece. Slice the rested roast against the grain for tenderness. Arrange on plates and ladle over plenty of gravy. Serve with classic sides: potato dumplings, spätzle, or mashed potatoes. Don't forget sweet sour red cabbage. It's essential for balance. Applesauce is a traditional, refreshing touch. Each element complements the rich, tangy roast. Your plate is a harmony of flavors and colors. This is more than a meal. It's a German feast. Enjoy every bite. You've mastered Sauerbraten, a dish of patience, science, and tradition. Don't be afraid to make it your own. Tweak the spices, adjust the sweetness, share with friends. This recipe is a blueprint for your creativity. Sauerbraten is meant to be shared and celebrated. Tell its story as you serve it. Food with history always tastes better. You're now a Sauerbraten expert. Wear that title proudly. Thank you for joining this culinary adventure. Try the recipe, experiment, and make it a tradition in your home. Share your results with fellow food lovers. Until next time, happy braising. Guten Appetit. Do not forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like.